Hello everyone, here again on a driving trip, and I just have a lot on my mind, and I'm just going to go talk about it. So, yeah, I just woke up around 1-ish o'clock, my phone rang, and I figured it was like 8:30, because that's usually when I get a call, and I didn't wake up from about 1 p.m. to 1 a.m., so I got up, got on the phone, got ready, and went and worked out. So, yesterday, it's almost 3 now, 8 till 3. Yesterday, I went and hung out at night, and it was very cold, and my heat looks like it seems to be out, so make sure that your car heat works and everything. Keep up to date on that. Make sure you have antifreeze and all that. Make sure all your systems work. Make sure your tires are good. You know, your wipers, all that good stuff. So yeah, that was a little bit of a surprise there. Had a good time last night, just hanging out. We didn't get videos done or whatnot, but I think we prepared for a lot of future events and future videos. As for things I've been doing by myself, I have many things I'm thinking about doing, hoping to get more and more done as time permits. I have a lot of notes taken down. I have music video stuff. I have news stuff. I have call for an uprising stuff. Just any little miscellaneous thing that I have going on, I've been taking notes on. TV shows, lists and stuff like that, reaction videos, video games. Yeah, I have all that in the works. I'm hoping to get more people to help out with some videos and whatnot. I'm on a very strange schedule where basically I do everything at night and I fit sleep in at some time, and that's why I fall asleep for 12 hours at a time sometimes and don't wake up without phone calls and that kind of thing. So yeah, I slept about 12 hours approximately, didn't wake up or anything in the meantime, so clearly I needed the sleep. I feel pretty decent for just waking up and working out. Just heading back home, so like I said, hopefully I can get on a bunch of different situations and whatnot. I'm trying to bust out as much content as I can. YouTube on my main channel gave me a strike for a call for an uprising video. I believe it had to do with child abuse, because, you know, you can't talk about child abuse because the poor kids, you know, they're the victims, but YouTube's the one that doesn't allow awareness of how the occult works and how child abuse and secret societies and all that kind of thing connects, because it's much deeper than most people could ever fathom. And yeah, pretty much the people you believe are good people on TV and all that, and they play their roles, you know, they have a hand in it, whether they do the acts or, you know, I'm sure they have people that trick the kids and different things like that, and transportation, and, you know, just playing their roles on TV to distract. You know, they always have their you know, they have their orders and they do what they do, so they're gonna keep doing what they do. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Lately I worked this weekend, talked to quite a few people at work, and people are starting to come around for sure. The one guy was like, yeah, you better watch out. The call for an uprising guy gets, you know, he gets watched by the government and whatnot. I'm like, yeah, but we all know that, because that's why YouTube and whatnot keeps shutting down the channels, because people don't understand that YouTube, the CIA, the government, all those different groups are working together. If they're all not all one and the same, you know, that's a big possibility too. Just like Disney's a part of the CIA, and, you know, it's all one big thing, and then people blindly grow up and they believe that these brands and whatnot are so good and this and that and wholesome. Really, they're all one and the same, and, you know, you can't get on TV or a big position of power without being connected to the occult and whatnot. You don't just get there because of talent or this or that. You know, you might not be a bloodline member or whatever, born into it, but, you know, if you have a good idea or something like that, I'm sure some of these guys and girls, they, you know, they come up with ideas, or, you know, they're not a part of this or that, but then they come and approach them, they either blackmail them or, you know, whatever, and then That's all there is to it there. You know, because when you print the money and you fund people who you want to fund, that's kind of how it works. So, without going way too far all at once in a random video, I'm hoping to get more content up and, you know, more detailed and more connections of how this is connected and what's to come and what was predicted and that kind of thing, because there's a lot of nonsense going on like usual. You know, I'm pretty out of touch with a lot of things for the most part, in the sense of news and that kind of thing. I just kind of see what I see, and I realize that pretty much everything they say is either a lie or to get you to believe something or not get you to believe in something that's true. A lot of distractions, a lot of stuff in sports and whatnot with ritualistic stuff, with numbers and, you know, agendas, with racism, with it being Black History Month. The former Dolphins coach, Brian Flores, that whole story, and then they shove that on ESPN, make it look like, you know, racism and this and that, just like on the video game, the Madden game and whatnot. It all says like agenda crap, whether it's racist crap or the false illness agendas or mandates or whatever you want to call them. You know, as I heard, mandates are for men who like to go on dates with other men. So, I mean, to each their own. Not my gimmick. So, you know, long story short, there's a lot of nonsense going on. I'm trying to keep informed of some things. I try my best to not go too deep into it because, one, it just is a waste of time. Two, it's really boring. You know, I've got better things to do than hear about this fake Russia-Ukraine crap. They're pushing all that kind of stuff for a lot of reasons. You know, you can look into the New World Order, the Georgia Guidestones, the distraction, the biblical prophecy, all that kind of stuff. And then mainly what they're doing is they're distracting people from what they're doing to 2 to 5 year olds with their, you know, I don't know how to say the word. I'm trying to think of the word that I'm saying. They're giving them the injections and whatnot that at first they were saying, well, it's not for the children yet. We gotta work on that and make sure it's safe for children. Well, it ain't safe for anyone, first of all. So there's that. And then you get a lot of counterintelligence type stuff. I definitely believe the trucker convoy crap is more or less controlled opposition at this point. There are probably some random, you know, good people down there in Canada and whatnot that they weren't a part of, you know, the occult, the CIA, all that type of agenda planning type stuff. But then from there, they got hijacked like most others, like the January 6th gimmick, where, you know, they definitely brought in the CIA, these trained operatives and whatnot, just like they do with military and serial killers. And, you know, the people are scaling walls, and all you have to do is look at them and you can see that they're actors from other events and whatnot. You know, you're not really allowed to speak on about anything on YouTube or whatnot. So, you know, and I'm trying to wake people up to understanding these things. And, you know, I try to teach them like the gematria, the most common stuff, with a call for an uprising, just whatever I find is good. It's very hard to recommend channels because all I ever see on these supposed truth channels is this liberal, Democrat, Republican, conservative crap, pro-Trump, this, that, the other, anti-Biden, just back and forth bickering, blaming this person, you know, money, arguments over money, but yet money's printed and whatnot by the Rothschilds and all these people and funded, and, you know, you fund the people you want to follow your agenda and all that type of deal. You know, you print the money, you control the world, basically. You own everything. You know, you own Israel and whatnot, so whatever happens pretty much everywhere in the world, you can do what you want with. You got your controlled media and whatnot, your actors on TV. They can't even get their news stories right. It's pretty pathetic, really. And that's what I'm optimistic about, is there's a lot of people that are noticing how nonsensical different things are with events and news. And, you know, you can't even watch sports, which, you know, I used to be into sports and all that. I can go into a whole video about it. And then I really realized about 7-8 years ago how fake it was. And, you know, I didn't even have to know numerology, and I didn't have to know this and that. Things weren't nearly as political. But then you're watching sports, and all it is storylines, and now it's even worse with the illness agendas and the mandates, and this person believes in this, and then we're supposed to look at them as heroes. And just like Kanye West, for example, he plays his role as a Christian, but yet all he does is mock the Bible, and all this disgusting acts, and walking on water, and just anything really that an actual person with discernment in the brain should be able to figure out what's going on there. It's not too hard to figure out. That's just one example. At least gas went down a little bit, so that's good. I'll have to grab some gas here, probably tomorrow. Just being tired and whatnot. I'm trying to stay focused on what I want to say more than me personally, but if it's on my mind, I just kind of say it, and I just kind of go to the next thing, so hopefully you can keep up. But I'm used to most people not being able to keep up, because usually my mind works faster than my mouth anyway, so that's kind of how it goes. And then if I were to write something, I can't keep up nearly as fast as my mouth goes or my mind goes. So that's usually why I try to just go with hit the play button and record. Definitely trying to record other people's videos and stuff like that, good information. If I see something on TV, mockery or any type of agenda, I try to rewind it and get the right thing. I can't edit or anything like that. My internet is very wonky at times. I'll be uploading and it'll shut down for an hour or two. I gotta fit sleeping in and different things. So I try my best to get as much content out. I know a lot of it kind of seems like a jumbled mess, but whatnot, and that's just kind of how it goes. I don't really have any help, especially when I'm at home. I can get some rare guests and whatnot at times. I have to go out and make the effort, which I can usually do 3 to 4 times a week at least. But we get distracted very easily and whatnot. It's not always going to be the same content, so yeah, I've got multiple channels. I hope you guys will check them out. Hopefully, I need to get better about putting my descriptions and, links and different things like that. It's just so much work to do. It's not a complaint. It's just a time constraint where I don't necessarily have the time that I wish I did, and I don't know that I really ever will. The only thing I can really do is neglect sleep. So I kind of just sleep when I do, and I'm awake when I am. I do kind of the same thing pretty much every day, and that gets repetitive and whatnot, but it is what it is. Even the most random stuff I try to upload just to have content up, whether it's just me hanging out with someone, talking on a car ride, just something I see, just anything, because the thing is, there's like nothing really interesting anymore on TV or anything that people really watch entertainment wise. And in my opinion, I'd rather be learning and whatnot anyways than being indoctrinated with most TV programs and that kind of thing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm back at my destination, so more content should be coming pretty soon, more uploads. So yeah, thanks for checking out the video, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day.